Growth is fixed in case of animals, whereas growth is indeterminate in case of plants. Quiescent means inactive, metabolically inactive state. Mitosis is responsible for growth of the cells, thereby leading to the growth of the body and for development. So division of the nucleus is called karyokinesis. Division of the cytoplasm is called cytokinesis. Hi everyone, welcome back to session 1 of yet another chapter 10 of your syllabus called Cell Cycle and Cell Division. Myself, B. Shobha Rani from the Department of Biology, Vidyashram Pre-University College, the Temple of Excellence. What are we going to study in this particular chapter? I think all of us know that plants and animals grow. What are the cells? What is that phenomenon that is responsible for the growth and development? The answer is cell division. Now let us move on to understand the concepts of this wonderful chapter 10 of your syllabus called Cell Cycle and Cell Division. All of us know growth is a very important characteristic feature of living organisms. May it be plants or animals, growth is very important. How do the plants and animals grow? What is that phenomenon that is involved in the process of growth in plants and animals? As we all know, growth is fixed in case of animals, whereas growth is indeterminate in case of plants. But growth takes place due to multiplication of cells, that is through a process called cell division. Now let us understand the important concepts of this chapter called Cell Cycle and Cell Division. Dear students, I think all of you might have come across cell division, the study of cell division in your school days. I think you might have studied about mitosis and meiosis. These two are the very important types of cell division. Mitosis is called as an equational cell division, whereas meiosis is called as a reductional cell division. Mitosis takes place in body cells or somatic cells, whereas meiosis takes place in the reproductive cells or the sex cells. Mitosis is responsible for growth of the cells, thereby leading to the growth of the body and for development. But meiosis is very important. As you know, it is called reductional cell division. The diploid number of the cell in sex cell is reduced to half, to haploid, hence the name reductional cell division, to maintain the chromosomal number constant for a particular species. Now let us move on to what is cell cycle. Here in this beautiful picture you can see the diagrammatic view of the cell cycle with G1 phase, S phase. The S phase stands for synthetic phase and G stands for gap 1 phase, and this is gap 2 phase. Here you can see the M phase. M phase is the mitosis phase, which starts with prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, followed by cytokinesis and karyokinesis. So here you can see the Z0. Now let us understand what is cell cycle. The very word itself will tell you. Cycle means what? It's a repetition. The series of events. Series means a continuous series of events involving the growth, replication and division of a eukaryotic cell is known as the cell cycle. So, how do we define the word called cell cycle then? Cell cycle. How do we define the word called cell cycle? The series of events involving the growth, replication. What do you mean by replication? Multiplication, which takes place in the, we all know that DNA makes a replica of itself, makes an exact copy of itself, and that is during the interphase stage of the mitosis. And division of a eukaryotic cell is known as the cell cycle. And we all know that multicellular organisms, may it be the plants or the animals, what is the advantage of being a multicellular organism? As we know, for example, like unicellular organism, only one cell is there and the only one cell will divide. But in case of how is multicellular cells formed? That is through multiplication of cells. That is, what is the advantage of being a multicellular organism, may it be a plant or an animal? There are millions of cells and these cells group into tissues, tissues into organs, and organs into organ system, and organ system will make an organism. So that is called differentiation. So multiplication of cells will lead to differentiation. That is, cells group into tissues, tissues into organs, and organs into organ system, and organ system make an organism. Right? Now, so that is the very advantage. So cell cycle, so plants and animals are called eukaryotic cells. So the series of events involving the growth, replication, and division of eukaryotic cell is known as cell cycle. What are the phases of cell cycle, or what are the stages of cell cycle? What are the stages of cell cycle? The cell cycle is divided into two phases. One is called the interphase, which is called also as I phase. Second one is called the mitosis phase or the M phase. So the interphase, this whole phase is called as the interphase. This is called as interphase, and this is called as the M phase. Now let us understand what is the interphase stage. So before the cell divides, before it prepares for cell division, that stage is called as the interphase stage. And once it starts the mitotic stages, then it is called the M phase or the mitosis. So once it starts dividing, then it is called as the M phase or the mitosis, the M phase or the mitosis phase. So interphase means it is also called as the preparatory phase. You can also call it as the preparatory phase. Just like for your exams, you'll have a preparatory exam and then final exam, right? So in a similar way, interphase is called as a preparatory phase. The cell prepares itself for cell division, and hence it is called as the interphase or the preparatory phase. So interphase or I phase and mitosis phase or M phase. So the duration of cell division activity varies from an organism to organism. See, as we know, there are innumerable varieties of organisms existing on this planet Earth. The duration, the time taken for cell division varies from an organism to organism. For example, human cells divide once in 24 hours approximately. Yeast cells divide once in 90 minutes. So as I said, the duration of cell division is not the same in all the organisms, as it varies from an organism to organism. So human cells divides once in 24 hours approximately. Yeast cells divides once in 90 minutes. So what is cell cycle? The series of events involving the growth, replication and division of a eukaryotic cell is known as the cell cycle. So what are the phases of cell cycle or the stages of cell cycle? There are two very important phases of cell cycle. One is called the interphase stage and the other one is called the mitosis phase. So this here you can see the interphase phase, and this is the metaphase or the mitosis phase. So the duration of the cell division activity varies from an organism to organism, where you can see human cells divide once in 24 hours approximately. Yeast cell divides once in 90 minutes. I think all of us know growth in animals is distinct. So it will take place during a particular age. After that, growth will not take place. But in case of plants, like we trim the plant, after some time we can see the growth of a new part of a plant body being grown. But growth is indeterminate in case of plants, but growth is determinant in case of animals. But all of us know there is always a wear and tear process happening inside our body. So some of the cells die and there is the process of formation of new cells, right? But in case of plants, the meristematic cells will regain back its meristematic activity when needed. So that is very important difference between the growth in case of plants and with that of an animal. Now let us move on to the interphase phase. So how do we, as I said, interphase phase is called as the resting phase, or you can also call it as the preparatory phase. You can also call it as a preparatory phase, resting phase or a preparatory phase. Resting phase or the preparatory phase. So interphase as I've already shown you all. See here you can see the G phase, G1, G0, G0, G1, S and G2 phase. So G1 phase, what is G1 phase? Gap, G stands for gap 1. S stands for synthetic. S stands for, G stands for gap and S stands for synthetic. Gap phase and synthetic phase. So G1 phase, S phase and G2 phase. Gap 1 phase, gap 2 phase. Gap 1 phase, gap 2 phase. So what happens in G1? As I said, it is a preparatory phase. The cell prepares for the process of cell division. So G1 phase, cell is metabolically active and grows continuously. S phase, DNA synthesis occurs. If the initial amount of DNA is denoted as 2C, then it increases to 4C. So here you can see after duplication. So here normal cell you can see after DNA duplication, here you can see how. So it will become 4C, multiplies. Here if it is 2C, after DNA duplication, it will become 4C. But the chromosomal number will be the same. Chromosomal number will not change. Only the DNA content will change, or the DNA material will increase in number, but not the chromosomal number. And that means the duplication or that is DNA replication takes place. DNA replication, here you can see DNA replication takes place in S phase. So they might ask in exam, name the phase where DNA replication will take place. So it is S phase. So it takes place in the S phase of interphase. Now G1 phase. G1 phase, as we know, cell is metabolically active and grows continuously. And S phase, DNA synthesis occurs. If the initial amount of DNA is denoted as 2C, then it increases. But the number of chromosomes remains the same. So S phase is very significant as DNA replication will take place. What do you mean by DNA making an exact copy of itself? Exact copy of itself. Next, G2 phase, proteins are synthesized in preparation for mitosis while cell growth continues. So G2 phase, proteins are synthesized in preparation for mitosis while cell growth continues. So interphase, as we know, the whole of the cell cycle is divided into two phases. Cell cycle is divided into two phases. One is called the interphase and the second one is called the M phase. M phase stands for mitosis phase. So in interphase, interphase has G1 phase, S phase and G2 phase. G1 phase, cell is metabolically active and grows continuously. S phase, DNA synthesis occurs. If the initial amount of DNA is denoted as 2C, then it increases to 4C. But the number of chromosomes remains the same. G2 phase, proteins are synthesized in preparation for mitosis while cell growth continues. Now the M phase. Here you can see G1 phase, S phase and G2 phase. This is called as the interphase. Here you can see the mitosis, M phase. M phase. So interphase, G1 phase, S phase and G2 phase. So this is the cell cycle in a eukaryotic cell. Now M phase, the very word itself will tell you, mitosis phase. This starts with nuclear division corresponding to separation of daughter chromosomes, that is karyokinesis, and usually ends with division of cytoplasm called cytokinesis. So M phase is characterized by karyokinesis, that is division of nucleus is called karyokinesis, followed by cytokinesis, that is division of cytoplasm, resulting in formation of, that is, two daughter cells at the end, right? So karyo means what? Nucleus. Cyto means what? Cytoplasm. Cell has two very important, that is nucleus and cytoplasm. So division of the nucleus is called karyokinesis. Division of the cytoplasm is called cytokinesis. It is called cytokinesis. So M phase, mitosis phase, starts with nuclear division corresponding to separation of daughter chromosomes, that is karyokinesis, and usually ends with division of cytoplasm, that is called cytokinesis. Next, Z0, we have come across, there's one more called, it is called quiescent stage. Here, the cells that do not divide and exit G1 phase to enter an inactive stage is called Z0. Cells at this stage remain metabolically active but do not proliferate. So hope you remember, like in the previous diagram, here you can see the Z0 phase. Z0 phase. So what is this Z0 phase, which is called as quiescent stage? Quiescent. Inactive, we can call it as quiescent, means inactive, metabolically inactive stage. So cells that do not divide and exit G1 phase to enter an inactive stage called Z0. Cells at this stage remain metabolically active but do not proliferate. So M phase, mitosis phase, starts with nuclear division corresponding to separation of daughter chromosomes, that is karyokinesis, and usually ends with division of cytoplasm, that is called cytokinesis. As I said, division of cytoplasm is called cytokinesis and division of nucleus is called karyokinesis. So quiescent stage, cells that do not divide and exit Z1 phase to enter an inactive stage called Z0. Cells at this stage remain metabolically active but do not proliferate. What do you mean by proliferate? Multiply. Now, mitosis. See, here you can see the beautiful picture of mitosis, right? So these are the stages of mitosis. So mitosis has very important stages called prophase. That is, it starts with interphase. Interphase is not called as a dividing phase actually. You know, mitosis starts with prophase, but interphase is not called as a dividing phase. Why? Because interphase is a resting phase. The cell prepares itself for the process of cell division. So it is not called as a resting phase. It is not called as a dividing phase. So prophase, then metaphase, then anaphase, then fourth one is called the telophase. Telophase again, you know, it repeats. It starts with again interphase. So it is like a cycle, right? So mitosis is, why it is called equational cell division. You know, mitosis, two types of cell division will take place in animals, one in living organ. One is called mitosis, the other one is called meiosis. Mitosis is called as an equational cell division. Meiosis is called as a reductional cell division. Why it is called equational? All the contents of the cell are equally distributed to the two daughter cells. So one cell divides into 2, 2 into 4, 4 into 8, 8 into 16, 16 into 32. So thereby the multiplication of cells takes place. So whatever contents are found in the cell, maybe the nuclear part or the cytoplasmic contents are equally distributed to the daughter cells, hence it is called as an equational cell division. Whereas mitosis takes place in what we call it as the body cells, or we also call it as somatic cells. And mitosis helps in what? Growth or multiplication of cells. Growth of cells or multiplication of cells. Growth or multiplication of cells. So mitosis is called as an equational cell. Why it is called equational cell division? Because The contents of the cell are equally distributed to the two daughter cells. And mitosis takes place in the body cells or the somatic cells, which is responsible for the growth of the body, or we can call it as for the multiplication of cells. That is how the plants and animals are multicellular in nature. So mitosis is an equational cell division where the resulting cells carry the same number of chromosomes as in the mother cells. Mitosis occurs in somatic cells of plants and animals. It includes two major divisions. One is called karyokinesis, the other one is called cytokinesis. So what is karyokinesis? Already I said, division of nucleus. What is cytokinesis? Division of cytoplasm. Mitosis is divided into four phases. What are the four phases? Prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. So what are the four phases? This is, here you can see the prophase. Here you can see the metaphase. Then anaphase. Here you can see, and the telophase. So this is called metaphase. This is called anaphase. And this is called prophase. Prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and this is called as the telophase. Right. So what is mitosis? So this mitosis involves two very important events. One is called karyokinesis. The other one is called cytokinesis. And mitosis involves four stages or four phases. Namely, prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. So mitosis is called as equational cell division. So this is prophase and this is metaphase and this is anaphase. Here this is early anaphase, this is late anaphase. Early telophase, this is late telophase. These are all the early metaphase. This is also early prophase. And this is early anaphase. And this is early telophase. This is late telophase, late anaphase, late metaphase and late prophase. Right. So mitosis is a equational cell division. Why it is called equational cell division? Where the resulting cells carry the same number of chromosomes as in the mother cells. Mitosis occurs in somatic cells of plants and animals. So it includes two major events. What are they? Karyokinesis and cytokinesis. What is karyo means what? Nucleus. Kinesis means division. So division of the nucleus is called karyokinesis. Division of the cytoplasm is called cytokinesis. Mitosis is divided into four phases. What are they? Prophase, then metaphase, then anaphase, then telophase. Anyhow, we are going to study one by one each phase of the mitotic cell division. So prophase, we'll start with the prophase. So here you can see the prophase diagram. Here this is the metaphase and this is prophase. So here you can see prophase. So here what happens? First phase of mitosis is called prophase. So chromatin becomes condensed thread-like structures called chromosomes. So here you can see the chromosomes here. They are called as chromatin. They are called as chromatin network. So here nucleolus will start disintegrating. So nuclear membrane and nucleolus will start disintegrating. So very important is nucleolus disappear. Here you can see it will start disappearing. Chromatin condenses into chromosomes. So in interphase stage, the chromosome, we call them as chromatin, the thread-like structures. Thread-like structure. We all know that the nucleus of a cell contains DNA, that is nothing but genetic material, which is nothing but chromatin network. So they'll be in the form of thread-like structures. But in prophase, the thickening of chromosomes will start, and that is called condensation. So condensation of chromatin, condensation, or it is otherwise called thickening. Thickening of chromosomes. Thickening of chromosomes. It is called condensation or thickening of chromosomes will take place, and this is called condensation. Condensation of chromatin. Chromatin will take place to form what? Chromosomes. To form chromosomes. So chromatin becomes the condensed thread-like structure called chromosome. Now, next very important is what? As we all know that the cell will have, the nucleus will have a nuclear membrane. So this is called as the nuclear membrane along with nucleolus. And this is called as nucleolus. So nuclear membrane and the nucleolus will start dividing. So two very important events will take. So separation of centrosomes, formation of mitotic spindle will take place in metaphase. This is metaphase. Here you can see the two very important, nucleolus disappears, then the nuclear membrane also will disappear. So first prophase, what happens? Chromatin. So in interphase, the chromatin will be in the form of thread-like structures. But in prophase, the thread-like structures will start condensing and they form what? Chromosomes. Second very important is what? Nuclear membrane and nucleolus will start disintegrating. Next, metaphase. Here you can see the nucleolus and the nuclear membrane disappears and the chromosomes become thick and arranged in the plane of the cell. So here you can see they come. So here you can see the chromosomes come and arrange in the equatorial plane. Anyhow, like, this is one very important experiment in second PUC. So you have to do the mitosis, study of mitosis in onion root tip and study the different stages. So you'll be having the practical, whatever you're seeing in picture here, you'll be seeing it in the onion cell root tips. So here you can see metaphase. When we say the chromosomes are arranged in equatorial plane, you may not understand. But when you see it, when you yourself prepare the cell preparation for mitosis, where you take onion root tips and observe this, then clearly you'll understand what is prophase, what is metaphase, what is anaphase, and what is telophase. So the chromosomes come and arrange in the equatorial plane. So the chromosomes will become thick and they start moving towards the equator. Equator means the central plane. That is about metaphase. So prophase, chromatin becomes condensed thread-like structure called chromosomes. Nuclear membrane and nucleolus starts disintegrating. Metaphase, nucleolus and nuclear membrane disappear. Then chromosomes are thick and arranged on the plane of the cell. Each chromosome is made up of two chromatids held together by a centromere. Here you can see the centromere. This is called as a centromere. So the arms of chromosomes is called chromatids. So here you can see each one is called as a chromatid. And it is held by, you can see that is called as the centromere. Right? Then anaphase. Here you can see the anaphase. Anaphase and the telophase. So anaphase, two sister chromatids of each chromosome separate due to the splitting of centromere and move towards the opposite pole. So here you can see how the chromosomes split and move to the opposite poles. They move to the opposite poles. So here you can see, and you can see the process of formation of spindle fibers, and also here you can see how the chromosomes move to the opposite. So these are the two poles, and that is anaphase. So two sister chromatids of each chromosome separate due to the splitting of centromere and move towards the opposite pole. So daughter chromosomes separated during their movement appear V, J and L and I shape depending upon the position of the centromere. So depending upon the position of the centromere, they might be L shaped, they might be V shaped, or they might be I shaped, right? Or they might be, that is the J, it looks like this. So J shape. These are all the shapes of the chromosomes. Shapes of the chromosomes based on the centromere. based on the centromere. So in anaphase, what happens? Two sister chromatids of each chromosome separate. Here you can see how they're pulled apart. So in anaphase, you can see they're arranged in the equatorial plane. So in anaphase, they're pulled apart to the opposite pole, animal pole and vegetal pole, to the two opposite poles. And they're held together by the centromere. They split. So splitting due to the splitting of centromere and move towards the opposite. Daughter chromosomes during their movement appear V, J, L and I shape depending upon the position of the centromere. Telophase, here you can see daughter chromosomes reach the opposite poles. So here you can see the division of the nucleus called karyokinesis. Here you can see the division of, here you can see the splitting here. This is called division of the cytoplasm. That is the division of the cytoplasm. Division of cytoplasm is called cytokinesis. Division of nucleus is called karyokinesis. So here they uncoil to form chromatin fibers and nuclear membrane, and the nucleoli reappear. Thus, two daughter nuclei appear at the opposite. So ultimately, two daughter cells are formed. So anaphase, two sister chromatids of each chromosome separate due to the splitting of centromere and move towards the opposite poles. So daughter chromosomes during their movement appear VJ and shaped depending upon the position of the centromere. So telophase, daughter chromosomes reach the opposite poles. They uncoil to form chromatin fibers, nuclear membrane and nucleoli reappear. Thus, two daughter nuclei appear at the opposite poles. Hope you have understood the first very important session of this very interesting chapter called cell cycle and cell division. Hope you have understood what is interphase, what is mitosis, what is cell cycle. Cell cycle involves two very important phases called interphase and M phase. M phase is the mitosis phase. Then you have studied what is interphase. Interphase has the G1 phase, S phase and the G2 phase. And also G0 phase, that is a quiescent phase, which is an inactive phase of the cell. Then it moves on to G1, then S phase. S phase is very significant as the DNA replication will take place. Then followed by mitosis phase. Mitosis is called as equational cell division, where the contents of the cell are equally divided to the or distributed to the daughter cells. And mitosis involves four very important stages. What are they? Prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. So in the coming session, we'll study about the remaining concepts of this interesting chapter called cell cycle and cell division. Till then, goodbye and thank you.